Welcome to this tutorial on splitting arrays with np.split. In this lesson, you'll learn how to divide arrays into multiple subarrays, a fundamental technique for data manipulation in NumPy. Array splitting is essential when you need to break down large datasets into smaller, manageable chunks for processing or analysis. np.split is a NumPy function that divides an array into multiple equal subarrays along a specified axis. The function takes three main parameters: the array you want to split, the number of sections or split indices, and the axis along which to perform the split, which defaults to 0. This function is particularly useful when you need to partition your data systematically. Let's examine the three key parameters of np.split. First, the array parameter represents the input array you want to divide. Second, indices underscore or underscore sections can be either an integer specifying the number of equal sections or a list of indices where splits should occur. Third, the axis parameter determines the direction of the split, with axis 0 being the default, which splits along rows. Here's a basic example of splitting a one-dimensional array into equal sections. We start with an array containing 6 elements: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. By calling np.split with the array and the number 3, we divide it into 3 equal parts. The result is a list containing 3 subarrays. The first contains 1 and 2, the second contains 3 and 4, and the third contains 5 and 6. You can also split arrays at specific indices rather than equal sections. In this example, we have an array with 7 elements from 10 to 70. By passing a list containing 2 and 5 as the second parameter, we tell NumPy to split at index 2 and index 5. This creates 3 subarrays. The first contains 10 and 20, the second contains 30, 40, and 50, and the third contains 60 and 70. When working with two-dimensional arrays, you can split along different axes. Splitting along axis 0, which is the default, divides the array horizontally by rows. In this example, we have a 4x2 array, and we split it into 2 sections along axis 0. The result is 2 subarrays. The first contains the first 2 rows, and the second contains the last 2 rows. To split a two-dimensional array vertically by columns, we use axis 1. Here, we have a 2x4 array, and we split it into 2 sections along axis 1. This divides the array down the middle, creating 2 subarrays. The first subarray contains the first 2 columns, and the second subarray contains the last 2 columns. Before we conclude, here are 3 important points to remember. First, when splitting into equal sections, the array size must be evenly divisible by the number of sections, otherwise NumPy will raise an error. Second, np.split always returns a list of subarrays, not a single array. Third, for specialized splitting operations, NumPy provides hsplit for horizontal splits and vsplit for vertical splits, which can make your code more readable.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.